Good morning. If you guys have any questions or comments, don't be afraid to leave them for me. If there's any topics you guys want me to address, go ahead and post it, and I'll try to get it to the best of my ability, or provide you guys any resources, because I want you guys to have whatever you need to kind of address any of these topics, right? Because I know I'm trying to make the videos really short so I don't bore y'all or drive you insane. So today I'm going to touch base on emotions, right? So emotional regulation. This is what we're trying to get to, is to understand our emotions and how to balance it. So what is emotional regulation? It's harmony. It's being in management with our emotions. So we want to be able to keep them away from the extremes, balance them somehow. And when we can't do that, we become dysregulated. So dysregulation is when we're struggling on how to deal with the reactions, either if it's internal or external, right? So this is when we hear something, we see something, and we don't know what to do and process the things going on in our life. So that's family conflict, relationship conflict, work conflict, anything. And when we go into emotional dysregulation, we can react in a multitude of ways. A lot of times, we start to develop a way of suppressing our emotions. So I call it my Pandora's box, because I do it too, right? We shove it and we shove it and we shove it because we don't want to deal with it. We don't know how to handle these negative feelings and thoughts because they're scary, or we don't want to face them. And unfortunately, sometimes when we push them down too much, we become numb. Emotional numbing is a real thing. Either you don't feel anything for other people, you don't feel anything for yourself, or you go to the extreme and you become angry and frustrated. Now, what we need to understand is that there's different kinds of levels for emotions. We have our primary and we have our secondary emotions. So I want you to take a step back and look at these emotions and let's label them. But I want you to be very descriptive in the labeling of them. And don't be like, I'm sad. Yes, we know you're sad. But where is that coming from? What is the real sadness behind it? So our primary emotions is the initial reaction to an event or a trigger. So I'll just be very generic. A breakup, when you first break up with somebody, or somebody breaks up with you, you're heartbroken, you're sad, that's that initial feeling. The environment's that's a completely natural response. Now, our secondary emotion, that's deeper. This is going to be the reaction to our primary emotion. This is more dangerous. This is the one that's within our control, right? So this could push us to destructive behaviors and very maladaptive behaviors. So this is our anger. This is our shutdown phase. This is when we're raging. This is our walls. So it's normal to be sad when someone passes away. It's normal to be sad when somebody leaves us, when someone breaks up with us, when we get fired. Normal reactions. Primary emotion. Secondary emotion. That wall, that anger, that rage, that pushing that people away. Where is it coming from? Because you don't know how to handle it. You don't want to handle it. So I want you to focus on some mindfulness techniques to kind of work on it. So mindfulness means that we're going to observe it, we're going to describe it, we're going to participate in this skill. I'm going to do something really cheesy I've never done before. So I do this in session with my clients, and I've never done this with you guys because it's a little bit of a longer thing, but it's a mindfulness technique. So bear with me, okay? With mindfulness, you have to tap into yourself, and you have to imagine your body. You have to feel it, and you have to use a lot of imagery. So with emotions, it's like a wave. The worksheet I posted, it described that as well. It's emotions come and they go. So visualize. I tell my clients that either you can see it as a leaf floating down a river, and then you place it on that leaf and you go down. So I'm going to read to you guys a mindfulness script that I've used with my clients before whenever we're working on emotional dysregulation and emotional regulation, okay? So I want you to try to imagine an ocean wave floating through you, but it's not so big that it knocks you over. Don't try to push the emotion away. This makes it bigger and increases our suffering. Don't reject your emotion. Don't judge the emotion. It's not good and it's not bad. It's just there. There are no bad emotions. They're just emotions. Anger, fear, sadness. They're all painful emotions, but they're not bad. Everyone has them, and they are just as valid as the happy emotions. At the same time, don't hang on to your emotions. Don't rehearse it over and over to yourself. Don't escalate it. Don't make it bigger. Sometimes when we feel a very painful emotion, like anger or deep grief, we hold on to it. And we intensify it. And we make it stronger and stronger in an effort to deal with it or to give it our full attention. Try not to do this. Just let it be however it is. And this can result in lessening of the pain. And why do we do this? Because we have to not let it control us, right? We need to see it. We need to accept our suffering. We need to accept the emotion. And when we allow ourselves to accept that we have these feelings, we're able to stop running from it. We turn towards it. We face it. We realize it's not that big of a monster, and we can manage it. Don't let your emotions control you. You control your emotions. All right. Have a great day.